The legendary road to the Arctic, history of the Dempster Highway. Long before any gravel was laid, the lands stretching from Dawson City in the Yukon to the Arctic Ocean were crisscrossed by the trails of the Gwich'in and Inuvialuit peoples, who hunted, traded, and traveled across this vast wilderness for thousands of years. Their seasonal routes would one day inspire the path of one of Canada's greatest engineering feats, the Dempster Highway. The dream of a road into the far north began during the Cold War, when Canada needed secure routes for defense and exploration. But the landscape was unforgiving. Permafrost that melted under heat, mountains that twisted in sharp ridges, and rivers that froze and thawed with the seasons. Engineers had to invent new methods, building a thick gravel blanket to protect the frozen ground beneath. Construction began in the 1950s, stalled, then pushed forward again until finally, in 1979, the first vehicles rolled into Inuvik. The road itself was named after Inspector William John Duncan Dempster, an RCMP officer famed for his daring dog sled patrols in the early 1900s. His most legendary journey was a 765-kilometer trek through blizzards to rescue stranded trappers, an act of courage that matched the spirit needed to carve a highway through the Arctic. Travelers today find that this highway is more than just a road. It's a living museum of nature, culture, and survival. It cuts through the Ogilvy and Richardson Mountains, where rocks hold fossils more than 300 million years old. It crosses the Peel and Mackenzie rivers, where ice roads in winter stretch further north over frozen waters. It leads through the home ranges of caribou, grizzlies, moose, and wolves, while above the sky often erupts with the shimmering curtains of the aurora borealis. In the tiny roadside settlement of Eagle Plains, halfway along the route, weary travelers find the only fuel and services for hundreds of kilometers. Beyond that lies Fort McPherson, a Gwich'in community with deep traditions, and finally Inuvik once the highways end. But the story did not stop there. After decades of waiting, the final link to Tuktoyaktuk was opened in 2017, giving Canada its first permanent road to the Arctic Ocean. Standing on Tuktoyaktuk's gravel shore, with the icy waters of the Arctic lapping at their feet, travelers realize they have reached something rare. The only place in North America where a road touches the top of the world. Along the way, they have crossed the Arctic Circle, seen ancient landscapes, and traveled a route built on both Indigenous tradition and modern determination. The Dempster Highway is not just a highway. It is a journey into Canada's northern soul, where history, culture, and wilderness still stand untamed. Follow for more interesting videos.